Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wife Talk Wednesdays. Why am I calling it Wife Talk? Because I'm a wife and I'm talking. And I'm only talking to aspiring wives or current wives. And let me tell you why I'm making the distinction. It's apparent to me that once you become a wife, you think as a wife, you act as a wife, you speak as a wife. Now, once you become someone's wife, your ways align with your husband, right? You are seeking to master being his wife. But when I weigh in on relationship topics, I notice I'm usually not the majority because most of the people weighing in are single. And the fact of the matter is, when you're single, you have a completely different perspective. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's different. And I can't put myself in single shoes anymore because I'm not. I think like a wife. I speak like a wife. And I act like a wife. So, ladies, if you aspire to be a wife, welcome. Welcome. So the topic of today's discussion is about relying on yourself. I've been posting a few things, really calling ladies out. And I've seen various comments about being traumatized and, you don't want to rely on a man. You got to be independent, all of this stuff. And I'm not minimizing experiences at all. I understand that a lot of us, myself included, have been through some very traumatic experiences with men. I get it. Not minimizing it at all. But I'm always an advocate for self-empowerment, for accountability. These are all things that individually you can control without being dependent on someone else. So let's talk about the false sense of security you think you have when you're relying on yourself, right? You think you need to earn your own money. You think you can't be dependent on a man because you can't trust it. Hey, Natalie. Or in doing so, that puts you at a disadvantage, right? On my own, by myself, entertainment. Listen, it's a ruse. It's a ruse. You think that you are protecting yourself. You think that you have control. You think that you're better off. But let me tell you, all you do is keep yourself bound. You build a fortress around yourself and you think it's for protection, but it actually keeps anyone from coming in and being of service to you. Many women have real trauma around trusting men, so I get it. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how much people know about my story because I know a lot of people are coming in on my come up, right? So they see my amazing husband. They see, my life, my soft life, wife of leisure, all the good stuff. They see that and they're like, Deanna, you don't understand. We've been traumatized. You don't have to work, so you don't get it. Girl, this has not always been my life. This is my life for the last 2.5 years. Prior to that, I was married before. I was married to a man that did not make this much money. Now, Oh, excuse me, it's hot out here. Now, he did have the desire to be a provider, and because I am traditional in that way, I wanted to be a traditional wife. So I stayed home even then with a man making sometimes minimum wage. So it is not all about the amount of money. It is very much so about the mindset. I took what he had and I multiplied it. Now, God had more for me, clearly. Clearly. God said, oh, she does much with the little. Let me give her more. And I'm encouraging y'all, don't, Hov did that. So you ain't have to do that. I don't want y'all to have to struggle like that to get here. Just go straight to the promised land. They don't trust their own decision making skills. They need to heal up. Here's the thing about that. Women have intuition. However, their intuition becomes softer and less powerful when things don't work out the way they want them to or they think they should. So they start to doubt it, right? When you get to a place of security in self, you will realize that everything is happening for you and not to you. So even when it's not what you think it should be, you understand that it is a part of a bigger plan to get you somewhere greater. I don't even look at anything in my life as a mistake anymore. Sometimes it's a detour. Sometimes it's an inconvenience. But it is always for me. Always. But unless you want to be single forever, not a bad thing, but undesirable to most. You'll have to learn to trust someone. Ooh, girl, I got to heart that. I got to heart that. That's why in my post this morning, I'm like, that's marriage. Don't tell me you want marriage, but you come into it talking about how you don't want to rely on somebody. That's the whole basis of it. I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I got on headphones, so I'm not sure. But I'm passionate. I was a rapper. You know how I do. Good morning, Kalandra. Glad you're here. So back to the relying, right? For the women that are saying, yeah, but I've been through these things. I'm traumatized. I can't, trust men because I've done that before and it didn't work out. I feel you. It is definitely difficult to rebuild in an area that has been like torn down, where there's scars there. I completely get it. However, if that is what you want to stay stuck on, you will continually experience that until you face that fear. Because really, that's what it is. It's a fear of trusting someone. It's a fear of relying on someone. But let me tell you, and this going to get to all the little Miss Independence. If you was really that secure in your ability and all of that about being independent, you would easily submit to a man and let him take care of you because you're so confident in yourself. You know, if he drops the ball, you can pick it up. So if you can't do that, I think you're lying. I think you're lying about how confident you are in your independence and your ability to earn and blah, blah, blah. Like, why? Why y'all so, it's like, why do y'all want to work hard? Like, I'm out here walking, right? Because I want to look good. I want to look good for me. I want to look good for my man. I want to look good when I come on camera. I want to look good when I hit them stages, right? So I'm walking. Now, when I had a job, I still worked out, but it was harder to do. It was way harder to do. I had less time to do it. I probably had to do more in order to get it done. Now it's just like, I can decide. I can decide what to do with my day because trusting my husband, relying on my husband has afforded me the freedom of choice. Choice. Now, the elephant, non-elephant in the room. I talk about money a lot. And I am not going to apologize for that. You know why? Everybody else want to talk about, oh, you got to love his character. It's not about money. What about his character? Of course. I don't got to teach y'all that. You know you need a man of character. You know you need a man that's going to be faithful, a man that has spiritual foundation, a man that wants to be a husband, a man that wants to be a father. You know that. Don't nobody need to convince you of that. But somebody got to tell y'all he don't got to be broke though. Somebody got to say that, because guess what? We're all out here doing it. Even I've done it. Didn't require financial stability. Why can't that be a character trait? Huh? Huh? Money isn't just money. I'm talking about provision. That's why I say provider. It's not just limited to money, but I'm going to talk about money all the time because that's the thing that y'all don't want to talk about. All right, let me calm down. Let me calm down. I don't have to get upset about this. I have this in my life. I just get really passionate because I be like, why y'all don't want the option? You don't gotta quit your job, sis. If you like your job, you like your career, and you love your business, yes, I'm glad you're passionate. I'm glad you found something you love. But keep it because you love it, not because you gotta put 50% on the bills. Nah, I'm not for that. I'm not for that. And I think you look silly. I'm just going to say it. I think you look silly giving your essence to a man that requires you to be a roommate. Sorry. Not sorry. Good morning, Toya. Hey, Brother Nance. I'm sorry. I'm just all in my tangent. Completely not even looking at the comments. Time to release the struggle. Kalandra, you already know. That's one of the things I say. If you like struggle, go get you another coach. I'm not it. I'm all about a life of ease. And listen, I'm not just life of ease for me and my husband's over there working like a slave to give me ease. What do you think? Like, y'all are wild. If I live ease, don't you think I make sure my husband has ease? My husband's not begrudgingly providing. What are you talking about? It's his honor. He considers it a privilege to be able to walk around and say, oh, my wife don't work. My wife, she owns a business and it's in her passion, but I mean, she does what she wants all day, right? He's not slaving away at work. First of all, he works with his mind. Come on, guys. Come on. My mom is always like, you can do it on your own. You're a strong, independent black woman. Like, ma'am, them days are over. Like, mommy, love you much. And yes, I can do it on my own, but I don't want to. Okay? Two things can be true at the same time. Of course you can do it on your own. You're an able-bodied adult. You're capable. That's the other thing. I'm so sick of the narrative like, stay-at-home wives or, in my case, kept wives. They're incapable. No, we're very capable. Men of means don't pick up projects. You know what I'm saying? They invest in women that are good investments, that they know are going to take what they bring in and multiply it. I told you all the story. My husband's finances, his earning almost doubled within the first 3 months of us being together. And now, a year after marriage, he's about to almost double his money again. Why? Because he has a woman. He has a kept wife that pours into him every day because I'm not tired from working, right? Because my mission is to be the best woman I can be. So I show up as an amazing wife and mother, and I can pour into other women and make them better. Welcome a new way of abundant living. Come on now. Exactly. Like, how are you all believers of God, yet you settle for less, for lack? Are y'all just not reading the Bible, or you missed that part? You missed the part where everything is God's, right? We are entitled to the goodness of God, which is everything. Peace, love, abundance. It's our birthright. You were born with that right. And the world tries to get you to forget it. Tries to get you to forget it. Tries to get you to settle for the common. I don't got no place for commoners. I tell y'all that all the time. If you listen to me, and it is up leveling you, I love you. If you listen to me and it triggers you and just makes you upset and you're never going to do nothing with it, I promise you, I will not be bothered if you leave. I don't care. All I need is one person. One person is impacted by my message. I did my job for the day. I'm cool. Did I impact one person today? If I did that, I'm cool. So in closing, I know I've ranted about a lot. Y'all see me sweating and everything. I'm getting it in. This is like my fourth go round, I think. But in closing, unless you all have questions about anything I've said, drop your questions. I'll make sure I look at them before I close the live. But women, relying on yourself is not the answer. It's not the answer. I know you think it is because you think it's safe. Thank you for sending the stars, Toya. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you. It's not the answer, honey. It is a false sense of security. False sense of security. And it's a trick of the enemy to keep you isolated. And with that mindset, you are only going to attract men who will take from you. Men who will not see you as worthy of provision. When men see something taken care of already, they do two things, right? Well, I'm not going to say they do two things. They assess, is this just her being capable? Does she invite help? Or does she not want it? So you have to be very careful about how you're showing up in the world. You can't be yelling, I do it myself, I this, and champion how hard you're going to work and think that a man is going to want to dig through all of that negativity to get to the good. No, you have to start leading with, yeah, I'm self-sufficient. I'm not a burden, but I definitely welcome a man into my life that wants to lead, that wants to provide. If you keep yelling loud and proud, oh, I can't rely on a man, what man is going to say, let me volunteer for that? She don't want to rely on me, so let me volunteer. Only men that don't want to show up. Only men that don't want to men is going to come. And then it's going to repeat the cycle because you're going to keep saying, see, I can't rely on a man. No, you're attracting men that you can't rely on because you don't even want to try. So please, please, ladies, I implore you, if you don't have the confidence, borrow some of mine. I got extra. Borrow some of my confidence and just try it. Stop saying you're independent. Instead, say you're self-sufficient. Stop saying you don't need a man. Say, I welcome a genuine provider, a leader, a masculine man who desires to come into my life, right? Change your words about it. Change the energy about it. I don't want you in this silo of one. We were not meant to be alone. Unless you are one of the few chosen that needs to be single, to only focus on God's purpose. I mean, there's a few, I'm sure. But other than that, if you are watching me, it is because there's something in me that resonates with you. And it might be something that you are not yet embracing and you want to. It could be something that you desire to have more present. Whatever it is, there's something that attracted you here. So embrace it. Embrace it. Open your mind. The best thing I did for myself was admit what I didn't know. I admitted what I didn't know and I got help with it. And once I got the help, everything opened up. So it is okay to need the help. And let me just say, to you who think love should come naturally, you shouldn't need a coach for that. You shouldn't need help for that. Michael Jordan had a coach. Kobe had a coach. Come on, the best of the best in their fields had coaches. And most successful marriages, they are supported by coaches. I have a coach. I stay covered, right? Because how am I going to cover you all if I don't have somewhere to let my frustrations out, someone who can look at me and point out my blind spots? Someone does it for my husband. My husband has his own. So it is not a sign of weakness to want help. It actually shows how much you're really committed to obtaining that thing by saying, I'm going to get me some help. I'm going to get to it. Look at that. Kalandra, I'm so happy to have you as a client. I'm so happy for all of my clients that show up on the lives or tell other people about me or share my information. Even if you're not a client and you just share it out of the love, I appreciate you, right? I'm not, I don't have a big machine behind me. I am banked. I'm sorry, not banked. I'm funded by the Bank of Will. Okay, the Bank of Will. God's will and my husband will. That's all I got. All right, so my growth is organic. I'm not paying for ads. I'm not paying pages to share me. Everything is happening organically the way God intends it, and that's how I want it. That's just how I want it. So I love you all. I'm going to get to the rest of my workout because I actually have a call in my membership community today at 11 o'clock. So I got to finish this up, then go take a shower, get ready to lead those ladies. So listen, July 2nd, mark your calendars, right? Save the date. July 2nd, 11 a.m. It's invite only. Thank you. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate the stars, honey. Thank you. On July 2nd at 11 a.m. inside of my Love Attraction community, I'm doing an invite only. It's invite only because you need to be a part of my community. It's free to join. The only thing you have to do is give your email address and answer a few questions. And yes, you do need to do that. If you don't want to give me your email address, you don't need to be in my business. You don't need to be hearing all my stuff. So give your email address. Come into the community because on July 2nd, I'm going to be answering all the questions you have about my premium coaching community. Now that's not free. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate you all for sending stars today. Thank you so much. I'm going to be giving all the information about my premium coaching community. I was, sharing the link openly, and God told me no. God told me take it down. God told me it is not for everyone. God told me to make sure that I'm protective of my community and not to worry about the money. So I'm being obedient. It is invite only. So you have to attend my informational meet and greet. Come, get the information, and then you and I have to talk personally before I can allow you into my space. Because I share everything with these ladies. I share my personal business. I give all of my strategies, all of my tips. I don't hold anything back. And that is not for just the casual person. I need to know that you're serious about the journey of becoming a wife. Now, if you don't want to be kept, I mean, that's on you. But I am preparing women to be kept. So, here's your invitation. Join my Love Attraction community. I will put the link up on my page so you all can join. All right. I love you all. Thank you again to those who sent me stars, Natalie, Roxy, and I think Toya and Toya. I appreciate you ladies. Anyone that has joined on the live, I love you all. Remember, God is love. We are of God. So attracting love should be easy, especially when you have me as a guide. And if you want to be kept, come to the Kept Wife Strategist. Okay, bye.